skills along the way.
Oh, and a song to hum along with and sway.
Get your perfect entertaining start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with
Mahima's
Good Morning Bay.
Good morning, Bay. आप सभी लोग हमारी तरफ से एक प्यार भरा नमस्ते,
Namaskar.
वनकम,
Namaskara.
ऋषामदी,
Salam alaikum.
सत श्री अकाल,
एक अंदर की वंदनम.
जय स्वामी नारायण,
जय श्री कृष्ण.
जय जिनेंद्र.
हमारे इस्माइली भाई बंधुओं को बोल दे याली मदद.
मोलाली मदद बोलते हुए सारे फीजे मतलब बोलेंगे नीसा बुला बलजान. हम आ गए हैं आपके प्यारे महिमा के द्वारे. मैं से फालतू बाबा.
And of course myself Faltu Rani लेकर आपके लिए एक और drive time that's going to make it totally exciting and totally मस्तानी बन जानी.
True that, Bajan. Of course, आज है February 8. Oh my God, इस साल में almost this 1 week of February already is done. Can you imagine, Fatmani? Just like yesterday when we just celebrated the New Year's.
And this weekend is our Love You Bay Area. That Valentine.
4 days. If you have not booked, go book it right away. Baranjan, where to book it? Go to pragyan.org. You can actually find the thing there. In fact, what I'm going to do right now, Faltwani, is I'm going to also share with our bandhus a particular slide right now on our Good Morning Beta where people can actually go and check it out. What do you think?
Whoa, awesome.
What awesome.
Awesome. So you guys can actually check it out. You just need to go to pragnya.org. Pragnya. Pragnya.org is the website. And वहाँ पे आपको एक graphic मिलेगा which is at the top you will see Love You Bay Area. It'll look like this, Abanajan, and it's called Love You Bay Area. It's the Bay Area's Valentine dance party that's going to be happening. It's an outdoor, the very first outdoor Valentine dance party. That's going to be happening right here in the Bay Area, Abanajan. So book now, right away. Go to pragnya.org. If you have a neurominority child or if you're a neurominority individual who wants to attend and you're watching this, then it's absolutely free of charge for you to attend. So you do not have to pay for your child. So you definitely can book. It's only $50 per couple, so please go ahead and book. And $30 per person. And there's mocktails, there's dancing, there's music, there's hors d'oeuvres. It's going to be a night to enjoy.
Night to enjoy for sure. And of course, right now, Majan, we'll take a quick look at what's happening on the roads. Raste ka haal aapko hum log de denge total sustaining.
It's time for the Bandhu Traffic Update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
Well, Bajan, by now you should know traffic ho ya na ho. Hum log yahan pe aapke liye entertain ke liye aa jate hain, Bajan. That's right. Doesn't matter where you are and which part of the world. It really does not matter to us. We'll definitely come here and give you some update of what's happening in those next to our own neighborhood ho ya, Bajan. Well, okay. Traffic collisions been reported on 80 northbound south of 23rd Avenue, which actually is not impacting much of traffic, but I think it's just that there's a bit of a backlog over there on 80, which generally is pretty much normal. Other freeways, 101, everything looking smooth. There's an accident report on 85 northbound south of the Moffett Boulevard in Mountain View area. Actually, it's Moffett Boulevard in Mountain area, so watch out for that. In fact, 85, just go down further. Actually, there's a report of an accident. Again, it's a collision accident, Manjan. So 237 westbound west of 85 Mountain View. So watch out for those two things. Actually, it's pretty much close by on. It's very small distance, close distance from on 85 itself. So watch out for that. The 227 exit, actually, if you look at it, so it's a very small exit, and that's why there's a little backlog created there. Watch out for that because there's not too many lanes. There are only 2 lanes actually, very precise over there. So 227, 85 junction pe accident hua hai, to watch out, drive very carefully. Apart from all the other freeways, 87, 101, everything is looking like smooth right now. There's not much of traffic on them. So it's good news for you guys. So get your destination safe and sound on the jump. That was the traffic update. Weather update, kya batao main aapko? It's going to be sunny all the way. Yoo-hoo-hoo! And also sunny on Saturday. That's what I'm talking about.
That's right, Badijam. So are we ready to... Is there anything else you want to update us on, Alta Baba?
That's about it, Faltani, but are you ready with the news for us?
Yes.
Okay, so let's take it away. Let's go for the news.
Well, Banajan, let's tell you, school mask mandates are mostly going to start coming to an end in Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Oregon, even in California within weeks, state officials have announced as of yesterday. This is a positive sign of decreasing COVID-19 cases across the nation as the country moved towards a new normal. Several Democratic governors said California will also lift its state indoor mask mandate for vaccinated people next week, nearly 2 years after it was first implemented. Similar announcements are expected from other states in the near future as more local leaders consider the shifting tide of mask politics, frustration with continued COVID restrictions, as well as higher vaccination rates and a decline in cases since the peak of the Omicron surge. Let's also tell you in terms of an exclusive probe that's happening, Banajan. An exclusive FBI probe is happening, and this is about a meeting that happened in downtown DC at a garage the day before the January 6th Capitol Hill riot between the then leader of the Proud Boys extremist group and the now indicted leader of the Oath Keepers militia and other far-right figures, according to two witnesses interviewed by FBI agents. Among the half a dozen people gathered at a garage near the Phoenix Park Hotel was Oath Keepers head Stuart Rhodes, who was indicted this year on charges of seditious conspiracy in the insurrection, and Proud Boys chairman Enrico Tarrio, who was not present at the riot, was also at the garage meeting but left Washington right after. Pfizer's COVID product sales are topping nearly $50 billion this year. Investors are wanting more, they're saying. Although Pfizer raised its forecast for the vaccine developed with Germany's BioNTech SE by $1 billion to $32 billion, the drug maker cautioned that final sales for the year may not top that figure. Speaking of not topping the figures, Johnson & Johnson has paused production of its COVID-19 vaccine. They quietly shut down the only plant making usable batches of the COVID-19 vaccines, New York Times reported, citing people familiar with the decision. The halt is temporary, with the Leiden plant expected to start making the vaccine again after a few months, the New York Times report said. The paper added that it was not clear whether the pause had an impact on vaccine supplies yet, thanks to the stockpiles. In news from the Bay Area, Banajan, let us tell you that a medical emergency actually shut down the Aurangabad station yesterday evening. Trains are not stopping at that particular station. Some BART service lines are experiencing delay as a result of the station closure. And a Powerball 5x5 ticket worth $386,000 was sold at a 7-Eleven in Sunnyvale.
Nice.
Yes, and the numbers in Monday's $147 million draw were 5, 15, 38, 47, 65, and the Powerball number 10. The winning ticket matched the first 5 numbers, but not the Powerball numbers, what they're saying. There were no jackpot winners in the multi-state Powerball draw Monday evening. The jackpot for Wednesday's draw jumps to an estimated $158 million. So, Alto Baba, you're a regular there, right? What did you say? You have a rewards card from 7-Eleven?
Yeah, did you know actually rewards card actually dropped down to like a couple of hundreds right now?
Wow.
I used to have 90,000 a month. But the point now, Badajan, is of course I go there not for gambling, not for the lotto, whatever things, because I know my luck. If not for bad luck, I would have no luck at all.
Oh God.
But that's fine, doesn't matter. You know, I'll tell you what, Fazwani, you should go invest.
No, thank you, Alto Baba. Not in lottery tickets. I don't believe in that.
What?
That's gambling for me. Anyway, somebody else who's gambling with the lives and education of students are the Oakland Unified School District board members.
What?
Yes, they are actually going to decide whether to close 8 schools and merge 4 other schools. Already the teacher-student ratios are so bad in Oakland, and now they're saying the district says student enrollment numbers are now dropping, and they're claiming that the district is forced to spread too little money across too many schools. In a span of 3 years, Cora Rodman Santos went from celebrating her first day of kindergarten at Carl B. Nuck Elementary to taking part in a protest to even save her school. So this is happening in Oakland today. I think they're going to be voting to see if they should be closing down schools. I already mentioned California is going to be lifting the mask mandate. Indoor masking requirement for vaccinated people will be lifted next week. But masks still are the rule for school children, state health officials announced Monday amid rapidly falling coronavirus cases. After Feb 15th, unvaccinated people still will be required to be masked indoors, and everyone, vaccinated or not, will have to wear masks in higher risk areas like public transit and nursing homes and other congregate living facilities, officials have said. Of course, local governments also have a say. If the local governments have passed a more stricter mask mandate, that might apply. And California has voted to get COVID sick leave to be paid leave. So one of the at the start of the pandemic, state and federal laws required most employers to give workers paid time off for the coronavirus, but many of those laws expired as most people got vaccinated and case numbers declined. California's law expired in September. Since then, Omicron, a more contagious version of the virus, as we all know, has spread rapidly throughout the world. This variant set a record in California for the average number of new cases and contributed to an increase in hospitalizations among the unvaccinated population. So labor unions have been pressuring the Democratic allies in legislature to renew the state's sick leave law, culminating in a deal reached last month between Governor Gavin Newsom and legislative leaders. They approved the bill Monday and sent it to Newsom, who is expected to sign that into law. And also, a number of Bay Area freeway shootings are spiking due to gang hits, apparently. That's what investigators are saying. Cal basketball 1970s legend Gene Ransom was shot and killed on Interstate 880 in Oakland. California's Highway Patrol has arrested 25-year-old Juan Angel Garcia of San Francisco for that fatal shooting the day after Ransom was found dead in his car. And yet another fatal shooting on a freeway in Oakland, Feb 4th, 2022, has many people wondering if San Francisco Bay Area is seeing a disturbing and violent trend again. So, but they're saying this is all gang related and that's what's causing all of it. So do we go into world news headlines really quickly, Altubaba?
Why not, Faltan? Just take it away.
Okay, so Emmanuel Macron, I told you, right, that he went to visit Vladimir Putin to reassure him and to kind of make sure that the world is not going to go to war against him. Well, he's now pressing for peace. So French President Emmanuel Macron, the first leader of a major Western power to meet Vladimir Putin since Russia amassed troops near the Ukraine border, said on Tuesday that he believes steps can be taken to de-escalate the crisis and called on all sides to please remain calm. Macron, who in contrast to the US and British leaders has played down the likelihood that Russia may soon invade its neighbor, shuttled from Moscow to Kyiv on Tuesday in a high-profile bid to act as a mediator. And also people are saying, political analysts are saying now that they detect signs that Putin wants to diffuse this crisis, that he does not want to push this any further. He doesn't want an escalation of the Ukraine crisis, and he wants to seek some form of an accommodation with the West. War in the middle of Europe. Germany's foreign minister now is visiting the front line in eastern Ukraine. Visibly shaken, Germany's foreign minister Annalena Baerbock stood in the front of the ruins of a house near the front line of the conflict in eastern Ukraine on Tuesday. And she said, "It leaves me with a very heavy feeling that here, right by the beach, which should be one of the prettiest places to be in the country, you can actually feel what happened here years ago," she said, at a former resort near the port of Marital. And she said, from one day to the next, people lost everything they had. There are still children's toys, apparently, lying by the road. And she says it's heartbreaking. Basically, what used to be a holiday destination is now visible proof that we have a war right in the middle of Europe. And in news from India, there's been a huge row with regard to the hijab controversy. Did you know about that? So apparently there was some college or university that banned hijabs. in colleges, and then there's been a huge row, and Karnataka is shutting down all schools based on the fact that there is this particular row that happened. So what that is about, let me see. The protests have turned really violent. The row over wearing hijab at schools and colleges in Karnataka escalated, with some parts of the state witnessing really violent protests by students. This issue began this year at a government PU college in Udupi, where 6 students who attended classes were wearing headscarves, and they were asked to remove it on campus apparently. The matter now has spread to other parts of the state, with some youngsters responding by wearing saffron scarves. Meanwhile, the Karnataka High Court, which is hearing the matter, has urged the students to maintain peace and tranquility, and they're saying that the violence is being stoked by mischievous warmongers.
Of course.
And in other news from India, let us tell you that more big brands are now facing social media anger for Kashmir tweets. And India has summoned the Korean envoy. After Hyundai, KFC and Pizza Hut, several other global brands have now come under fire on Twitter for their controversial tweets on Kashmir. Indian government also took note of those tweets and summoned South Korean ambassador on Tuesday to express its displeasure over the same. The row first erupted on Sunday when Twitter users in India took umbrage to a tweet posted by the handle Hyundai Pakistan Official expressing solidarity with Kashmiri brothers. The tweets glorified the so-called Kashmir Solidarity Day, which is marked by Pakistan on February 5th.
Things people will do to sell cars, huh?
I know, seriously, dude.
All right, but that's actually enough. That's all we have for you guys today, actually, for the news part of it. If you want to catch up the news in detail, go to the news blog, mediamahima.com. But definitely, there's something which really people are wondering about, Fatani, the Oscars. What's happening over there? There's supposed to be some nominations coming out, right?
Yeah, the favorites are Power of the Dog, Dune, Belfast, West Side Story. They're all in the lead, securing nominations in almost all major categories for Best Film and Best Director.
I was told Power of the Dog was a very powerful movie. You got to see it for sure. It's not something which you would expect like a MCU kind of movie, but it's supposed to be very nice. So definitely watch it, but it's in theaters already, actually, if you want to check it out. And Dune, actually, we saw it last year. It was a good movie.
It's a movie that gets into your head, right?
Not yet. It's just the start of the movie. It's trilogy kind of a thing. It goes on. Right?
Yeah. And we'll also tell you, Banjan, that Mukesh Ambani is no longer Asia's richest person.
What?
Gautam Adani, the billionaire who turned a small commodities trading business into a conglomerate spanning ports, mines and green energy, is now Asia's richest person. 59-year-old mogul, his net worth is now $88.5 billion as of Monday.
Wow.
Yes. And sad news from the entertainment front in India. Remember Bhim?
Yeah, the javelin thrower.
Yeah.
No, he was a discus thrower. He was actually an Asian Games athlete.
He was called Praveen Kumar Sopti, right? He actually died of a massive cardiac arrest.
Wow.
Yesterday at the age of 74. Confirming the news, a relative of Mr. Sopti told a news agency that he had a chronic chest infection problem. At night, he started feeling uneasy, and then they called the doctor, and he passed away at 10:30 p.m. So that's sad news again coming from India's entertainment scene. That's all we have time for on this morning's Good Morning Babe. We'll be back tonight live at 5 on the Pam Pam Show. Banajan, don't forget to tune in. Download the Radio The Hotties app if you're watching us on Facebook. Don't forget to book for Love Ju Bay Area. We have very limited capacity because we are cognizant of the Omicron virus, so we want to make sure that there is very limited capacity, so probably another 20-30 tickets to sell. That's pretty much it, and we'll be sold out. So go ahead and book right away. Go to pragnya.org. Again, pragnya.org/loveju2022. That's all we have. We'll see you tonight. Good night. Have a wonderful day. Sorry, now good night. The best music with the best